Good evening, guys. In this video, we'll talk about what is basic structure doctrine. So let's begin. The Constitution of India is fundamental law of land, which is all laws, all actions, all policies, and all regulations are derived from this Constitution of India. It also provides us with the fundamental rights mentioned in Part 3, that is from Article 12 to Article 35. The fundamental rights are guaranteed rights given by the Constitution, which is enforceable against the state and which are sacrosanct in nature. That is, no one can go against it. To understand this concept of basic structure, let's see few articles and few judgments. Article 368, mentioned in Part 20 of this Constitution, basically states that Parliament Parliament may, in exercise of its constituent power, amend by way of addition, variation, or repeal any provision of this Constitution in accordance with procedure laid down in this article. Article 13. Article 13, mentioned in Part 3 of this Constitution, states that any law, any action, any amendment, any legislation which violates, contravenes, abridges anything written in Part 3, that is fundamental rights, shall be declared as null and void. As you guys can see, this Article 13 and Article 368 clashes among each other and gives us a very big question, that is Article 368 is unlimited or is Article 368 is limited by Article 13? To understand this question, we shall look towards the few cases of Supreme Court. As you guys can remember, the very first Constitutional Amendment Act 1951, given by Pandit Nehru, he basically amended the Article 31st, that is right to property, and has been fundamental right. Basically, he violated Article 13 of this Constitution, and this amendment was challenged in Shankari Prasad case of 1951. Under this case, the Supreme Court ruled that Article 368 is allowed to make this amendment. The Shankari Prasad case and Sajjan Singh case basically was overruled in Golaknath case 1967. Golaknath case was a state of Punjab 1967. The Supreme Court gave a decision that Article 368 cannot amend fundamental rights because fundamental rights is part of Constitution. So Article 368 cannot touch it. Article 368 is weaker than Article 13. The Golaknath case overruled Shankari Prasad and Sajjan Singh case and put a limit on the Parliament of India, Article 368. Let's see to another judgment of Supreme Court, Keshavnand Bharti case versus State of Kerala. Keshavnand Bharti case 1973 gave us a three question. Is 24 Constitutional Amendment Act 1973 is valid or not? Is Golaknath case is valid or not? Is Article 368 is stronger than Article 13? To understand these questions, let's see. Keshavnand Bharti case was a 13th Supreme Court benched case appointed by Justice Sikri and was argued for 6 months. Nani Palkiwala also argued in this Keshavnand Bharti case. On 24 April 1973, came in newspaper with the headline "Case That Saved Democracy." In Keshavnand Bharti case, it was overruled by 7/6 majority and stated that the Parliament cannot abridge or take away the fundamental rights that form the basic structure of this constitution. To understand the next judgment of Supreme Court, that is Minerva Miles, let's see the background behind it. The internal emergency was put on 25th June 1975. The opposition was in jail. Therefore, Indira Gandhi made an amendment, 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976. She basically amended the Article 368 itself, provided that Section 4 of a 42nd Amendment. She wrote in Article 368, Clause 4 and 5, no amendment of Constitution shall be challenged in court of law. Hence, taken the power of judicial review from the Court of India. Her amendment was basically challenged in Minerva Mile case versus Union of India 1980. In this Minerva Mile case versus Union of India, Justice Chandrachud claimed that Article 368 Clause 4 and Article 364 Clause 5 as null and void, as it is violating the basic structure doctrine and hence touching the judicial review of constitution. He stated that everything in India is under judicial review. The Minerva Mile case basically evolved the concept of basic structure doctrine. I hope I made justice to this concept and made all the points very clear to you guys. Let's summarize this. The judgment which evolved the basic structure doctrine was Minerva Mile case, and the judgment which gave birth to the basic structure doctrine was Keshav Nand Bharti case. That's it. Thank you guys.